Where are we headed?
I'm taking you to see the elder of my people. This should be the place.
Finally. Running off on your own like that. You know how Shadow Synergy stones are the stones of ruin?
My apologies.
I'm up to date on events. It was unexpected, however, that the stone and Mewtwo merged together. People have started to call him Shadow Mewtwo.
Is there any way to save him?
Well, yes. You have to bring the source of all this, the Shadow Synergy stone, back under control. And do you have the stone passed down by our people?
Yes, this brooch right here.
That's the fragment of a Synergy stone that once possessed incredible power. Long, long ago, a Shadow Synergy stone became overloaded, causing much the same problem that we face now. Draining the power of Gaia, it was almost unstoppable. The entire Farum region was on the verge of destruction. The Synergy stone used in your brooch is the one that quelled the Shadow Synergy stone's overload and averted complete disaster. In the end, it expelled all of its power as a result, and now looks like just a normal stone.
This stone truly has such power?
If that stone can regain its true power, it might be a match for the power of the Shadow Synergy stone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we've seen a little intro there. I hope you enjoyed it. There's some story going on. It's to do with mystical stones, and Mewtwo's got some stone in his Shadow Synergy stone, and it's fused with him, and we need to do some stuff and get some power to break the stone. I'm going to be honest, the story, nobody's playing Pokkén Tournament for the story. We are playing Pokkén Tournament because we want to control the Pokemon as they punch each other in the face, rather than just telling the Pokemon to punch each other in the face. So long story short, she's got to try and achieve synergy with Mewtwo in order to break the Shadow Synergy stone because of some brooch that she's got, and she's wussing out and she's all like, wow, 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 I can't do it, I can't do it. Well, luckily, someone stepped up. Somebody here has a Garchomp, and that person and that Garchomp working together in tandem are going to step up, and they are going to make sure that that Mewtwo, that he's got nothing. And they are going to achieve synergy with Mewtwo by beating a whole bunch of people and then beating Mewtwo. It's a little bit of a conceit, ladies and gentlemen. It is a little bit of a conceit. But right now, I'm going to have to fight this dude. And apparently, I'm fighting him in the traditional style. And that means I don't get any support Pokemon. Apparently, times were that you would have no support Pokemon, and that apparently is a more traditional battle. Don't entirely know why, it's just the way it is. So I've got to beat this dude and his Pokemon, and I'm not allowed any support Pokemon. Now that's a little bit annoying, but the support Pokemon are hardly the be-all and the end-all. But can we just for a second have a look at this venue, at this stadium? We are in the Reggie Ruins, ladies and gentlemen, and that is pretty gosh darned cool. So I've got my Garchomp against his Gengar. He's going to be trying to use some ranged attacks. He blocks my dig. I grab a ranged attack. We end up in the duel phase. And I get a grab on him, and this is pretty gosh darn nice. I'm doing a fair bit of damage. I've got no support Pokemon, but you know what I have got, ladies and gentlemen? I've got an Earthquake. An Earthquake's pretty good. Now, like I've said about Garchomp before, he does a whole bunch of damage. There are counterattacks going left and right, but I get a grab, and I'm putting him down to a whole bunch of damage, and this is pretty good, and we finish him off with a dig. Why? Because, well, I dig a lot, ladies and gentlemen. You should know that by now. I am a man who generally likes to dig in this game, and I don't feel bad about that. Problem is, of course, that the particular cheer skill that I've got refills one of my support Pokemon between turns, and with no support Pokemon, my cheer skill does nothing. You know what does do something? Dig. Dig does something. Maybe I dig too often, but you know what? When it works, it works. So I've got my Synergy Burst gauge full. I try an Earthquake, but I miss with the Earthquake. Am I going to use my Synergy Burst? Yes, I am, ladies and gentlemen. Can I finish him with my Burst attack? Am I going to hit with a Burst attack? Survey says Yeah, I am. And I hit with a burst attack, and that, ladies and gentlemen, that makes me pretty gosh darn happy indeed. So, yeah, I'm going to be honest, that Gengar went down, and it was not the most difficult thing that I have ever done. That Gengar went down quite quickly. I didn't need no support Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. I went ahead and beat him old school, traditional style, as he would say. But of course, I need to fill up the brooch with energy by beating people with Garchomp. Not entirely sure how that happens. Let's just roll with it. The brooch, it's not full, ladies and gentlemen. If only there were a series of people that I could beat by travelling around the map and fighting in various different ways with various different stipulations, and by beating them I could fill up that brooch and then have another fight with Shadow Mewtwo and then capture him and unlock Mewtwo for play in this particular game. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I think that might just be the way. Although I'm a little bit sad to be leaving Reggie Ruins, to be honest, because how awesome a stadium is Reggie Ruins? How cool does that look? The correct answer, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is very gosh darned cool indeed. So that's one down, and now we're going to go to another little area on the map. It's opening up a whole new bunch of areas here. Things which, I'm going to be honest with you, seems just a little bit superfluous. Like they were like, you know what? You've got your training, and you've got your fighting, and you've got your online, and you've got your local battle. Oh, and here's like 3 other venues which we're only going to use here. Although obviously then now, I'm presuming they will be unlocking these stadiums to be used in future battles. And I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if you see me online and I get to pick, there's a good chance we're going to be in Reggie Ruins because, I mean, I haven't seen a better place, and I don't think we're going to see one. So now I'm in my second fight where presumably I'm going to beat her, and then the brooch is going to fill up a little bit more, but not quite enough. Now, we do see there's a Lugia floating around in that tank a little bit, which is a little bit weird. Now, I've got my support Pokemon back. We've got a Cresselia, because Cresselia, she just goes a little bit faster. So I get a dig straight away, and I've timed that much, much better, which is good. And I get myself a grab. You saw I was trying to jump and get a combo started there. It's one of Garchomp's main combos, but I missed it. And I get another grab. Somebody did say that I grabbed a bit too much on one of my previous videos. And you know what? Yeah. Sometimes I do. If it's working, let's keep going. If it's not working, then I'll pick a new tactic. Again, I'm jumping, I'm trying to get those combos going. It's not working, so I just go for a bit of a strong attack. It's not ideal, but you know what? It works. Let's not argue about it. Now, I get Cresselia down, and to be honest, she's going to do very, very little. She's going to recover a little bit of health, but not very much, to be honest with you. So now I get a dig, and that is a victory, and we go into round 2. My cheer skill kicks in, Reshiram is fully charged, and I like that Reshiram's attack. Now I am starting to think it's not worth it, given how useless Cresselia is half the time. But hey ho, what can you do? Now you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, that even though my synergy gauge, or my burst gauge, whatever you want to call it, is not building up, hers is. So the one time she doesn't knock me out of the air, she still blocks. And then again, that's very silly on my part. I try a dig, I know she's blocking, and she gets a couple of hits. But I do pull off, I think that was a counter there, and that is, it's a start. Now she is winning here, but of course, I do more damage, so I'm not terribly worried about her being a little bit ahead. And you can see here the amount of damage Garchomp is doing is fairly large. Now we do see a synergy burst from Gardevoir, and it looks like she's hit with that burst attack. This is going to do a fair amount of damage. It's going to make me a little bit sad, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm perfectly honest, it's going to make me a little bit sad, but that's alright. We can work around this. We can do this. Now, she's made it a bit closer, but I get a little counter attack off there. I try a Dragon Rush, but I'm afraid I miss with the Dragon Rush straight away. So I block for a little while. I try a dig, but it doesn't work. So I just go in with a couple of counters, couple of ordinary attacks, and I pull out the victory. I'm a little bit put off that I'm not allowed to use my Synergy Burst, but Gardevoir is. That, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't seem fair. I don't like that. But apparently that's the way it is. So presumably I've taken down 2 of these now. I wonder if my brooch is going to be full. Ah, would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? It's not full enough. Of course it's not full enough. We know that there is somebody else that I need to fight. Hopefully, after I take them down, it will be full enough, and then something will happen with Mewtwo, and I get to capture Mewtwo and all will be good. That Shadow Synergy Stone, its power is increasing. You've got to give some props to the person who came up with this plot. It is not a strong plot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry if that upsets you. Please feel free, the comment section is there for a reason. If you in fact love the plot and think that I'm an idiot for not loving the plot, then by all means, pop it down in the comments. But all of these Synergy Stone and Shadow Synergy Stones and all of that rubbish, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, it is a narrative device, is what we would call it. Essentially, Namco, who made the game, the makers of Tekken, I think it's Namco, let's go Namco. They turn around and they say, you know what? We like this whole synergy burst idea. We think this is a good mechanic. How do we make sense of it? Some kind of plot. So I've decided that I'm not liking Cresselia enough, so I'm just back with Snivy and Lapras here. And I'm against a Lucario, and he starts a little bit better than me, but I hit with a dig. Again, I'm trying that jumping combo. I need to get my timing better or just stop it. Now, I do hit with a counterattack, and again, I really want to use that, but it's not working. Now, on the higher difficulties, of course, on fighting games, your computer does know what you're going to be doing, making it easy for the computer to counter, but you can still beat them, and there's elements of laziness in the fight so far. That's why I'm losing. Now I hit with my Snivy, and I hit with a dig. This is good, but now that Lucario is coming out, and that Lucario is beating me, ladies and gentlemen. It's sad, but it's the way it is. But I get a strong attack off, I get a little bit of a combo, I dig just a second too early, I try and time it for when he stands up, and I miss, but that's okay, ladies and gentlemen, because I grab him when he does stand up and I get away with my mistimed dig. Cheer skill kicks in, Lapras gauge goes full, and now we're rolling. Now again, I don't have my synergy gauge here, but at least my opponent doesn't as well. I'm not entirely sure why they did on the previous fight. That doesn't make a huge amount of sense. So I get a little bit more aggressive here. I get some counter attacks, I get some normal attacks. He's countering, and I hit with a counter there very nicely. He's countering too many of my grabs, so I stop with the grabs so much, it's not doing me much good. Now I try an Earthquake, I miss with the Earthquake. And unfortunately, I get hit by that Eevee and that Lucario and blah, blah, blah. But that's all right. I'm still ahead. I'm doing okay. Except now I'm not doing okay. I'm trapped against a corner and I am getting punched in the face. Now I try an ill-timed dig and I don't get it working. So I stand there blocking. And as per the attack triangle, I try a grab, he tries an attack, and attack beats grab. This is how the whole attack triangle works. Counter beats regular attack, grab beats counter, and regular attack beats grab. So I need to get that working a little bit better. Now I've got my Snivy here, and as I've said in videos before, if you've got especially those fast charging Pokemon, especially the attack ones, you want to use it as soon as possible. Because I use Snivy, I get a bit of damage done. You see Rayquaza there in the rock. These stadiums are much, I don't say much better than the previous ones. There's a little evolution stone thing there as well. But I like that little Rayquaza rock. I didn't notice it first time round. I was too busy fighting that Lucario. Here, I'm doing much better than I was before. You can see my Snivy is almost completely charged, and it is charged. Am I going to get a chance to use it? No, I'm not. But you see that my early use of Snivy there meant that by the time we were halfway through the battle, or toward the end of the battle, Snivy was fully charged, and he was ready to be used again. So, now is that brooch going to be fully done? Apparently not. There's no time left. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. The Earth has lost so much Gaia power, synergy might be gone forever. It doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't need to. I gave you that little bit of an intro so you could see it. Essentially, what those cutscenes were actually saying is, right, you fought the 3 people, go fight Mewtwo. That's what we need to do. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because we know this is what it's going leading up to. We knew we were going to fight those 3 people and we were going to go and fight Mewtwo. And presumably, fighting Mewtwo is going to buy us enough time that then that brooch is fully formed and then we get to I mean, this is going to be the bit where we tame Mewtwo. Previously, first couple times we fought Mewtwo, and then the third time we fought him, but we got to try again if we failed. So this time, presumably, we're in a situation where we're going to fight Mewtwo, and if we can beat him this time, then we get to unlock him, which means that there's going to be a try again if we fail, and it means that the stakes are going to be slightly higher, shall we say. Now, here comes Mewtwo again, and, you know, he's got a funky little animation, and yay, hey Mewtwo, how are you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's getting real. That is not the colour scheme of things that are going to go okay. So the brooch comes out, it does a bit of damage to Mewtwo. I mean, clearly it's not going to work, because if that worked, then there'd be no fight. And this is a fighting game. So we don't want a situation where, hey, there's a cutscene and yay, Mewtwo is tamed. Oh, no, no, ladies and gentlemen. We need to capture this Mewtwo. This is what we need to be doing. This is our time, ladies and gentlemen. So, presumably, and I'm just spitballing here, if we fight Mewtwo and win, the brooch will magically work again. Why? I don't know. Who cares? Now, just to be perfectly honest, to pull back the curtain, this Mewtwo fight is more difficult than the rest, and you'll see a quick blip there in the timer in the corner for the eagle-eyed of you. I failed it twice. I am showing you fight number 3 here. So I hit with an earthquake straight away. I didn't want to have a ridiculously long video. And like I've said before, Garchomp is starting to feel a little underpowered, but hey-ho. These things work. I know a whole bunch of people have used the Shadow Mewtwo they get with the game to get through the one-player mode and win. No, 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 no. For as long as I can, I'm going Garchomp. So I am losing here, and it's not going great. But remember, for all of Mewtwo's ridiculous health points, and I don't know why it does that. I've said this before. He's got an awful lot of health points, but they go down really quickly. Of course, he's also really good at busting out those combos, which destroy your health bar. So blocking is the order of the day. So I'm calling in Snivy. I hit with Snivy. He doesn't do too much damage, but I'm okay with that. And then I hit with an Earthquake. We stick it back into dual phase. I hit with a strong attack, and I get some combos going. Mewtwo doesn't seem to block quite so well as the others. And there we see the attack triangle coming into play and a regular attack beating a grab. So regular attacks seem to work better against Mewtwo. So that's what I'm doing. I get a Stone Edge there. And again, a mistimed dig. And now I hit him with a Sand Tomb. And then I get him with a strong attack. And you can see this is working. Now he gets his grab here, which is far from ideal. But as we saw in the previous fight, Snivy has had time to charge up again. I use Snivy and we see a strong attack into a little bit of a combo, and I time that strong attack brilliantly, and I get another one there. I hit just as he stops blocking. I miss with the Earthquake, and this is going to come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. But we see a strong attack there. We get a little combo going, and if I can get one more decent hit, and I do with another strong attack, I win. And you might think, well, hang on a second. Wait, I see what you did there. You just used strong attack a couple of times. And you know what? I did. And this is especially true when you're playing against a computer on harder difficulties. Some things work better than others. When I was trying to grab, he was countering it very, very well. A lot of my digs were being blocked. So I had to do something. I found what worked, and I went with it. But you'll see this against human players as well. If there's a tactic that's working, why not? Here, I'm trying to get a bit cleverer, and you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It's not working. I am losing, but I hit with an Earthquake, and then I get my strong attack going, I get my little combo going. I feel like I could have pinned him against the wall and gotten a bit more of an attack going there, but these things happen. Now, nice little combo there. I hit with a Sand Tomb and then straight away hit him with a strong attack as he's against the wall, and I'm trying to avoid those ridiculous combos. Because when Mewtwo hits with one of those big combos, your health bar takes a licking. Now here we see a synergy burst, and I'm a little worried at this stage because he hits me with that burst attack. It is going to be over, but I don't know if he's going to need that. This is not going terribly well. So I get a Lapras, but he's blocking. It goes straight through him, and here is his synergy burst. And I do manage to block it, but it doesn't do me any good whatsoever. He hits with a couple attacks, and it's 1-1. But now, apparently, as if by magic, that weird cloaked girl can give me synergy power. We are both going to be on full synergy burst for the entire fight. He's going to burst, and I'm going to burst. Although you're still limited to one burst attack per fight, so I'm going to need to try and time that very well. And he hits with his burst attack, nice and early, and it's a spectacular looking one. Now, I still maintain it ain't as good looking as Gengar's, but it looks pretty good. So I'm down on half health without doing very much. Can I hit him? The answer is yes, I can. So we both hit with our burst attack, and that's pretty good. And now there will be no more burst attack. Although weirdly, that burst attack does very little in comparison to how much more an Earthquake does than against a regular opponent. It seems underpowered. But I hit with an Earthquake, I hit with a Dig, and I'm going to have to be very careful here. Now, in a fight like this... Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to take a little bit of a comeback here. But I hit with a Dig, I stick it into dual phase. Out comes a Snivy. He jumps, which is what Snivy needs to do, but Snivy doesn't do very much. I hit a strong attack, and I don't get as much of a combo going here, but I get another strong attack. And he's hitting me from behind, and I am not looking good health-wise here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is really not looking good at all. But I get a grab when he's mucking about with all kinds of stupid stuff. Oh, and apparently if I could just weaken it a little bit more, she means win this fight. That's what she's referring to. So I hit there with an Earthquake. Mewtwo gets one of his combos going. And I've got another Snivy. So I hit him with Snivy again. It doesn't do all that much, but why not? And now I am back. Strong attack, bit of a combo. I'm backing off a little bit. I hit him again, but I get greedy. And now I am down to just 6 hit points, and I'm going to need to get a little bit clever here. There is a strong attack, and now I'm just going aggressive. And now I hit with a little bit of a combo there. Now I miss with the Dig, but I hit him with a grab the second he stands up. That is a very well-timed grab, and I take it. Fight like this, gonna be honest, I wish I was playing as Gengar. That would help me immensely. He is much better after Synergy Burst kicks in. So yeah, don't want to boast or anything, but I totally just unlocked Mewtwo for use in the game. And of course, like with every character in the game, though it will take me a couple weeks to get through all of them, we've seen Gengar, we've seen Sceptile. Tomorrow, or in 2 days time I should say, you will be seeing Machamp. There will be a Mewtwo and a Shadow Mewtwo video coming fairly soon. I did it, and I did it with Garchomp, and I'm quite happy about that. I'm not finding a better character or using Shadow Mewtwo or any of that. I am sticking with Garchomp. Quite frankly, Garchomp's my boy. Until there is some kind of downloadable content which gives me a Mamoswine, we are rolling with Garchomp, and that is absolutely fine by me. And in the standard format trading card game, I'm rolling with Garchomp as well. Not so in expanded, he ain't quite good enough. So, I'm going to be back to the Chroma League as it is. Yay, look, there's confirmation I've unlocked Mewtwo. Chroma League coming soon, so there will be videos about that after the Machamp video. You know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Click that like button. It's what it's there for. If you've got any comments you'd like to make, try and keep them nice. Stick them down in the comment section. And make sure you subscribe. And if you've already done so, find a friend to subscribe on your behalf. Most importantly of all, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.